Horizon, these are the morning low temperatures for the next few days. For Wednesday morning, we're getting down to 24, but on Thursday morning, we'll be at 42, Friday at 44, Saturday at 31, and then on Sunday up to 40. In fact, beginning on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, there's a good chance for rain, and that's going to ensure that we get out of this frigid cold. These are the temperatures right now across all of the region. You can see that everybody's right at about 30 degrees, but it felt nice in the sunshine. It's when that wind started blowing that you really felt it. I mean, it's 32 right now in Hallettsville. Northerly winds continue pumping in that dry, cold air all the way from the Arctic, and that's why it's been so brutal. Now, in the purple, all of these counties, which is most of the southern half of Texas, is under a hard freeze warning because everybody's going to go down to below freezing tonight, even way down in the Rio Grande Valley. So from Austin to Houston to Victoria all the way to Laredo, we're still dealing with one more night where you really have to protect the pets, the pipes, the plants, and the people too. And so that's what we've got to do tonight just to stay warm for one more night. Now, here's Future Tracker. And as you can see, we've got that northerly wind. Of course, that is dry, cold air all the way from Canada. But notice that by the time we get to Wednesday, we're going to start seeing a little bit of a return flow. What does that mean? The winds come back up out of the south. As a result, they bring in that milder air off the Gulf of Mexico, and we start moderating the temperature. We'll get a little cloud cover, and that will lead us to a little rain by the time we get to the weekend. But that's for the short term, and that's what's going to help get us out of this deep freeze. Now, I know you've had enough for winter, right? That's enough. 2 days, okay. Well, right now we'll look at temperatures across the state. As you can see, we're looking at the 40s out in El Paso. Why is that? When the entire state is in the 20s, why is El Paso in the 40s? Because it's cold air, and if you ever open the refrigerator, you notice the cold air sort of sinks. Cold air sinks. So the cold air is sinking down over Texas, and when it gets out to the mountains of West Texas, it doesn't go over the mountains. It sinks and stays down in the lower areas. So yeah, on the other side of the West Texas mountains, they're actually much milder today than we have been. So here's what's happening over the next couple days. We've got the low now moving offshore. Goodbye to that. High pressure is over us. That was the sunshine, but that will be moving. And as a result, our winds will be changing, and that's why we moderate the cold. This is that Arctic cold that'll be in the eastern states. By the time we get to Wednesday, that opens up the Gulf door and brings back that milder air off the Gulf of Mexico. By that time, we'll be having the next storm sort of developing in the Rockies. You can see the snow all the way up there and the frontal system associated with it. But it's not until about Thursday night, midnight, that it passes through our area and brings us another shot of cold, dry air. Now, we can get cold air and not have any problems. It's when we get mild Gulf air on top of us, we call it an overrunning. That's when we get that drizzle. That's when we have freezing rain and all that stuff. This one's going to be dry, so shouldn't be a major ice problem, but it will be a little bit chillier by the time we get to Friday night and Saturday. And then high pressure gives us a couple of nice days before the big event. All right, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a western storm, so it's not Arctic in origin. As a result, it'll be a little bit milder, but you can see that Sunday and on into Monday, we've got that storm coming and bringing us a big chunk of rain. Now, I'm doing this in the long term, so you can see how freezing weather and freezing weather and freezing weather. But look at that. By the time we get to Monday, the freezing weather goes all the way up there. So there is a little bit of a warming trend even for Chicago and even for those places that are in the single digits tonight. So tonight, again, down into the mid-20s. Tomorrow we'll warm up into the 40s. So by maybe 10 o'clock or noontime, we'll be out of freezing, and that'll be good. And then we get all the way into the 40s at night, and by the time we get to the weekend, we'll be in the 60s and 70s. So 29 in the morning, 47 in the afternoon in Port Lavaca, 26 in the morning, 47 in the afternoon in Cuero. So we're looking for another cold night, but getting up to 50 tomorrow, then 68 on Thursday, cold, dry air coming in, and then we start the rain event, which begins on Sunday, Monday, and on to Tuesday. That's your 7-day forecast. Reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that.